Now, most important topic both for surgery and orthopedics is amputation. Amputation is such a beautiful operation if it has been done in a proper principal way and it has been done in a with the help of plastic surgeon, that will give you best outcome. I will discuss the indication of the amputation later, but I just want to discuss the principle. First principle is about the length of the amputation stump. In earlier teaching, we used to teach below knee, we have to put at least 16 centimeter stump. Above knee, you have to make 20 centimeter stump. Below elbow, you have to 14 centimeter stump. Above elbow, you have to 18 centimeter stump. But this centimeter wise term has been obsoleted now, because we have to make the maximum length of this term, which help to use the processes for minimum expenditure. Because if we want to increase our length of the amputation, or as much as possible the length of the amputation term will be remain, then the vice versa, the expenditure of the process will be less. Means we have to give a longer amputation stump as much as possible. There is no hard and fast rule, you have to cut this, you have to cut this. And not only length, you have to give a very good wound coverage. Otherwise, patient cannot use their limb for the process fitting. So that we have to make a very good wound coverage. So incision is very important. The incision must be like a fish mouth. Skin muscle flap will be created, fish mouth. And special technique or special measure during this operation is you had to be pre-planned, or you have to do some operation planning over by a pen or pencil over the amputation stump. Otherwise, you can do a proper closing. During the closing, you have to keep in mind the skin of the superior or inferior, or muscle superior in the inferior must not too tight, not too loose. Otherwise, the stump will be fail. Now, main step of amputation is vessel ligation, which is very important. The vein is very dangerous for rebleeding. Artery is dangerous during the dissection, but arterial bleeding can be stopped by compression, because it has a muscular wall. There is a chance of spasm. But in case of vein, the vein has no muscular wall. As a result, that will never go in spasm. That will bleed and bleed and bleed and bleed. So keep in mind, vein must be which are very cautiously, and always we used to put two suture, not stay. I will discuss this stay suture in the arterial segment. And why two? Because if one slippage, another will help. Now, the vein and artery must be ligated one by one, not together. Otherwise, there is a chance of rebleeding. And during the arterial ligation, you have to give two suture Along with, we have to put a stay suture. Stay suture means with a vehicle, you have to cut through the wall and you have to give a circumferential tied knot. As a result, this knot will not slip because artery is pulsatile, so knot can slip, but vein is not pulsatile. This suture will not slip, but this arterial suture may be slip. If it is slipped, then there will be huge hematoma, and we can lose the patient during the operation. So we have to put the stay suture in the arterial segment, big arterial segment. Now the cut end of the artery must be at the length just 1 centimeter proximal to the where we have planned or where we have proposed for bone cut. Now the bone cut must be at the level of angle of his mouth, and the apex of the muscle cutaneous flap will be at least 2 to 3 finger anterior of the bone cut. Means the bone cut must be some extent proximal, because we have to give a good closure with muscle, tendon and deep fascia. So the muscle must be the bone must be cut some extent proximal, and that will be at the angle of his mouth. But artery and vein must be cut 1 centimeter just proximal. And the nerve, regarding the nerve, most commonly in the mid-thigh amputation we used to get sciatic nerve, or in case of below knee amputation we can get tibial nerve, peroneal nerve, like that. Or in case of hand amputation we can get radial nerve and ulnar nerve and all. For nerve we have to give a traction and sharp cut and a small ligation. Why ligation? Each and every big nerve has a special blood supply called vasa nervosum. If we do not ligate it, it can cause bleeding, hematoma and stum neuroma. What do you mean by stum neuroma? This is a special type of growth over the nerve end. If we cut it by a laceration, you must cut a sharp cut and you have to do some ligation, and it must be minimum 2.5 centimeter proximal to the bone cut, otherwise it can compress over the bone end and it can cause devastating pain. Now only one exception of traction, near the shoulder disarticulation or hip disarticulation, you do not drag the nerve too much because it can cause sacral plexus, femoral plexus injury, or of the opposite side, not the same side, because same side injury is not the matter. If for the traction, opposite side plexus can be injured. Same thing from the brachial plexus during shoulder disarticulation. If we cut, if we drag the brachial plexus too much, it can cause hamper of the opposite side brachial plexus. So don't do that during disarticulation of shoulder and hip. Do not drag, just cut, sharp cut. Now another thing is myodesis and myoplasty. What do you mean by this? The bone end has a small 2 to 3 drill over the bone end. Through this drill we will suture back the muscle end for a better stump functioning. Otherwise this stump will not do proper functioning. Like suppose it a mid-thigh amputation, if we not attach the adductor over here, the proximal femur will goes up like this, or abduction. So for muscle balancing you have to do myodesis. And what is myoplasty? Myoplasty is gravity muscle and decavity muscle. If we do both muscle suturing, is called myoplasty. But this type of myoplasty and myotasis is contraindicated in ischemic limb or diabetes mellitus, like Barger disease, is peripheral vascular disease, vaso-occlusive disease, gangrene type, and diabetes. Never do this myoplasty myotasis. It can cause more jeopardization of the muscle stem, and it can cause necrosis, and you have to reopen this amputated stem, and again you have to go proximal. So it is very, very difficult for that patient in the post-operative phase. Now, the sixth one is hemostasis. After ligation of the big vessels, there will be very small arteriole or like that. Someone is used to use tourniquet during the amputation. But remember, in case of any ischemic limb, do not use tourniquet. Never use tourniquet, because you cannot assess the fresh bleeding site. Okay, but in case of traumatic amputation, you can use hemostasis tourniquet. After the tourniquet release, you have to put a hot mop over the wound, and what it will help, it will cause vasodilation of small arterioles, but vasospasm in the big vessel, because big vessel is already blocked by our suture material. But I want to know the small arterioles which goes into the spasm due to the handling of the operation and due to the tourniquet. But if we close it without seeing this or without holding the bleeding of the arteriole, it can cause post-operative hematoma of the stump. So we have to find out the small arteriole which or perforator or anastomotic vessels which can rebleed after long time of the operation or within 2 to 3 hours of the operation. So hot mop compression over the amputation stump is very important step to explore the small arterioles bleeding. Now drain. For old age, we used to give corrugated rubber drain. Like this is the stump. Through here we put a drain, and through this end we will just get out a drain. But for this corrugated rubber drain, the mechanism of the corrugated rubber drain is surface tension. But again, you have to remove, after removing this corrugated rubber drain, you have to again do a suturing, or the chance of infection corrugated rubber drain is very high. And skin complication, skin end healing is very bad. So we now use negative suction drain. That is better. Only one small exit. And now after amputation, we have to mold the amputation stump. We can use plaster, and this help with the help of plaster, it also helps to prevent any joint contracture, like below elbow amputation stump. There is a chance of flexion of the elbow joint, or below knee amputation stump. There is always a chance of huge contracture of the hamstring, and it can go in the knee flexion. So long term, it will prevent, or it will cause very problem during the prosthesis fitting. So if we put under pressure of the plaster, the wound or the stump will be saved. So the post-operative plaster is important. Nowadays we use in IPOP. What is IPOP? IPOP is a new term, is called immediate post-operative prosthesis. That means after operation, patient will see there is an artificial leg. It is also a very mental support that I have not lost any leg, and also it helps for stump, good stump formation, and it will also prevent the edema, post-operative edema, because after amputation there will be swelling of the wound. It can hamper the wound healing. But if we put immediate post-operative processes after over the sterile dressing, this is unsterile. But if we put this, it can help like a pressurized effect, and it helps both psychologically and physiologically. Now, proper stump care. After the stitch up, you have to do gentle tapping over the amputation stump, and regular conical bandage of this stump to make this stump as a cone shaped, which helps to introduce the processes, okay, by crepe bandage for permanent process. And as well as after this operation, when we patient are ready for getting the processes, patient have to train by physiotherapists how to use the processes, because the mechanism of processes is not known to the patient. We have to teach him, or we have to train him for proper gait functioning. For lower limb it is very important, upper limb is also important now. And for upper limb, what we can give myoelectric hand. What do you mean by myoelectric hand? Suppose one doctor has lost his hand, suppose one painter is lost his hand, suppose one soldier, one computer surgeon, one guitarist, one special field very sharp, very fine movement need. So this type of patient need this movement of hand. The hand function is pitch, grip, hook, and hold. This 5 type of movement of hand is very God gifted movement of hand, and that is only possible due to thumb, okay, and small muscle of the hand. This is called intrinsic plus hand, and this is called intrinsic minus hand or claw hand. This is only because of interossei muscle and the small muscle of the hand. But this function cannot be get by a normal processes. For that we need myoelectric hand, means this movement will occur, this movement will occur. What is myoelectric process? It helps, there will be in the end of this stump there must be some nerve end. Now like ECG lead, there is a small electrode over the the processes stump. This ECG lead will record the nerve impulse, and that will be transferred as a movement. You got it? The nerve impulse from the brain will come through the brachial plexus or through the sciatic plexus up to the stump. But after that there is no muscle, no bone, so there will be no movement. But the nerve impulse from the brain up to this nerve cut will come every time when the guitarist will try to blink his hand or do something, any special movement he is thinking. So that will reproduce that movement in this special type of implant process called myoelectric hand. Minimum cost is 1.5 lakhs Indian rupees. So we can provide this highly trained processes and for rehabilitation our patient. And for below knee processes we can use C-type carbon fiber amputation leg. This processes is highly active. You know, the Oscar winning person, he is a bilateral amputee for very big for his childhood. He has a disease called tibial hemimelia. Tibial hemimelia, for congenital anomaly, you have to cut the knee joint from childhood. He won gold in marathon race. Why? By this he type below knee processes. This is made by carbon fiber. This is highly active and very lightweight. Last but not the least, psychological support and amitriptyline to prevent phantom limb phenomena. Amitriptyline, why? Because some after any type of amputation, patient will lost in all hope. So the psychological boost up is very important, as well as to prevent the phantom limb. The amitriptyline will work, and a good family support is in success for a successful rehabilitation of amputation patient. Thank you.